What's going on, MGTOW Nation, Red Pill Nation? This is Renegade #1, aka the Feminist Killer, hashtag Logitorian. I'm going to talk about going off grid, and really, we all need to be considering going off grid. Actually, we all need to do it. There's no considering. This is all. This is the last step to really going our own way. I'm just going to let you know right now. Like I told you about the acronym, if you're not about going your own way, you're not really serious with this. If you're not considering building a house in the wilderness or building a cabin in the wilderness, going into an area where there's not that many people, you're not going your own way. You have to realize, once you become red pilled or black pilled, you are no longer part of the minority. Once you enter this manosphere, you are no longer the majority. You are the outlaw. Why would you be a black sheep with a crowd of white sheep? That's what I want you to realize. We are in a society that's obviously heavily driven by liberal ideas. We are in a society that's driven by socialism. And specifically, I just heard a story recently of Cardi B trying to endorse Bernie Sanders for president for like the 2020 race or whatever. My thing is, there's millions of people that think like her. And what do I mean by that? Millions of people think that things are going to be free. Everything's going to be free. Free education, debt free, free medical care. First of all, if I'm a doctor, I'm not doing anything for free. You know what I mean? There's no such thing. And I'm just hearing her talk. I was watching her interview and talking about, oh, where's all my money going? I'm being taxed or whatever. 40% of my tax. No, it's 40% of your income. Cardi B is not a smart individual. I'm just going to be honest. And she's barely even attractive. She looked like a fucking witch off of the Blair Witch Project. But you have a raunchy individual with so much power because people listen to her trashy music, and then they obviously subscribe to her political beliefs, and they do the same thing because they don't do any research. And I realize that Democrats, their goal is to appeal to the mass majority, which is to appeal to what they want. They try to fool you. They try to tell you what you want to hear. And I made a video about how politicians, they try to pander to the audience to get votes. He's just trying to get votes. If you vote him, he will fuck the country up. If you listen to Cardi B, she will fuck everybody up. She's not intelligent. Please, stop. This is another reason I'm sick of bitches like her roaming around here, getting success, because dumb people keep allowing them to be successful. At the end of the day, you can't really blame the celebrity for being successful. You have to blame the people that buy their shitty music. And there's millions of people that go into that. But I say that to say this. That's more of a reason to, if you know how this country, with the direction that this country's going in, it makes you even more motivated to leave. You know what I mean? I thought about certain locations that, you know, us as men can move to. Obviously, you can do Alaska. Alaska's as good as it gets. It's off grid. There's not that many people there. It's isolated. It's desolate. You build a cabin there. You live there for the rest of your life. You still make your videos or whatever, and you're living you're living that good life. You know, I think the goal obviously is to preserve male spaces, male dominated spaces. No women should be allowed at all. We already know that the only purpose a woman serves us is reproducing. We're done doing that. We're not having kids with them. Most of us are already practicing no-fap. Most of us are becoming monks. And so our only step, the last step is to move. You know, stack your money, get handyman skills. Look up YouTube videos like I did recently on how to build a cabin. Look up YouTube videos on how to build a container home. Whatever type of home that you desire. And the positive is cabins are not that expensive. They're about 20,000, 19,400 to be exact. But all depending on how many guys are living with you. You know what I'm saying? So I believe men all across the country who are going their own way, who are considering moving off grid, I believe a group of guys, I think everybody should have their own colony. You know what I mean? We should have colonies all over the country. And colonies meaning you should have different villages of men who are living together, who are practicing this ideology. Now again, if women want to abide by our lifestyle, they got to do what we tell them to do. You know, when we reproduce with women, we raise them, we reteach society. That's why we go our own way. That's why we're going off grid. Going off grid, we are creating our own civilization. We are creating our own lifestyle. We can't do that when we're still living in the city and when we're still living in the urban neighborhoods. With all of these mainstream idealists still around us, we have to remove ourselves from that. You know, that's the most important thing that we have to do. When I look at it like this, There's so many positives to going off grid. You don't have to deal with temptation of women. You don't have to deal with simps anymore. You don't have to work for somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can be your own guy. And tell me this. You're going to be in an environment where it's nothing but MGTOW, red pill men and black pill men. Think about that. You're in your own world. You living in Alaska, you living in Maine, you living in Wyoming, or you living in Canada, wherever you want to live. Or you can live outside the country where there's some desolate areas. I don't know though. You can live in France, the farmland area, certain parts of Europe, certain parts of Asia. You're completely out of the picture. And you just with you and your brothers. There's nothing better than that. You know? And so I think ultimately that should be the goal. Go off grid. Leave all this bullshit behind. Because it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. I'm just going to let y'all know right now. Feminism is not going anywhere. We can't change it. We cannot change simps. Let them burn. Those people can burn in hell for all I care. You know, leave the ship before it sinks. Don't just stand on the fucking ship and hope that shit doesn't inflate. Because that's dumb. Get off the ship. Let that shit sink to the bottom of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? While we gonna be in our own island. You know what I mean? We're gonna be on our own island while them motherfuckers are sinking and struggling and shit. Because you got dumbass people like Cardi B who believe that they have some position of power. They have some form of leverage. Like, this is the same chick that was an ex-prostitute that was robbing people, drugging them, and that's the person that you want to endorse you? Bernie Sanders, like, come on, dude. He's trash. You know, I honestly believe we don't need socialism. Socialism is a cancer. Let's be honest. If you go to most of these ghettos in the U.S., it's Democrats that run that city. It's not conservatives. You know, a lot of y'all want to say fuck Trump. Hey, you think Democrats can do any better? Democrats are the ones keeping us trapped. You got people who are in their 20s, or you got all these liberals who are predominantly, you know, obviously my age. They all believe that they're gonna get free shit. That shows the thought process and the IQ of us. Most of us, we don't know how to think. That's an embryonic way of thinking. If you think you're gonna get things for free, very embryonic, very childish. But obviously you got people that are gonna subscribe to that thought process. If you are a liberal, fuck you. I don't like you. Get off my channel. And for all the men who are looking forward to going off grid, let's put some ideas in the comment section. Do you have construction work skills? Do you know people that know how to build cabins? Let me know what your skill is in the comment section. Let me know if you're considering coming together, living together, and moving to a remote area. All of us need to communicate with one another. So you can call my number. You can, like I said, put in the comment section. Y'all need to communicate with one another. Are y'all considering living together? Are you considering leaving women alone forever? But these are things that I want y'all to know, when let you know before you make the decision. These are the things that you need to know before you leave it all behind. Because when I mean you're leaving it all behind, you're leaving all of this shit. You're not coming back. But this is Renegade number 1. Like the video, share. Let me know what you think. Peace.